Yeah, 2 games into the season now. I know we spoke to you after the game on Thursday, but how are you finding it at OKR?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's training's exciting. There's a good buzz around the place. So yeah, we've had a good start to the year, but yeah, really enjoying it.
Obviously, working with a pretty experienced pack. I think Jesse Sue called you a machine or something this week. What's it been like playing with him?
You should see him with his shirt off. He looks like the Terminator. So, but yeah, we've got a great pack. Yeah, I'm really enjoying playing alongside those boys. So they help my job and make my job easier. So yeah, it's unreal.
You got Minicella and James Batchelor as well, who are part of the club's leadership team as well. What's it like playing alongside those more experienced or vocal members of the pack?
Yeah, I think those two boys they lead more with their actions. So yeah, it's great playing alongside players like that who they speak when they need to, but most of the time, all the time they lead with their actions more than their words. So I think that's what you look for in a teammate, and yeah, it's unreal playing with them.
Have you felt yourself develop over the pre-season and the last 2 weeks as a player at Rovers?
Yeah, for sure. I think just a change of environment, new environment, the new sort of coaching stuff, new players. I'm getting different feedback and I guess different stimulus and different opinions on how I can improve my game. And yeah, I'd like to think that I've progressed as a player since being here since the pre-season.
What's Willie Peters like as a coach compared to other coaches you've played under in the past?
Yeah, he's good. He loves his footy. He's footy mad. So, but yeah, he's really calm. I guess he's a good player manager and knows what makes his players tick. And I think that's how he gets the best out of his players.
I think a lot's been made of the defensive changes under Willie as well, and Brett Delany obviously coach at the club. Have you learnt anything off of him in the defensive side of your game?
Yeah, just been building on all the little defensive details with Frogger. Yeah, he's very passionate about the D side of the game. So yeah, just constant tweaks. I think you can never stop learning. So we're just constantly working on the little detail, and I guess that's what we want to improve on and make defence a very strong part of our game.
It's something that we saw emerge last year at OKR and something that's definitely carried over into this year is the pride in a club's defence. How much emphasis are you putting on that in the early rounds of the season as a team?
Yeah, it's massive. We don't want to be a team who crumbles under pressure, and I guess they say defence wins games, and it's massive. So yeah, we want to be a team that prides ourselves on our defence, and then can score points off the back of that.
When we spoke to you after the game on Thursday, you said that this team's a long way off being polished, which you didn't say was a bad thing. You don't want to be polished this early, but what is it that the club will be working on, and what will a polished OKR look like come the middle part of the season? Yeah,
I think it's early on. We're still creating connections, and we're still trying to work out the dynamics of the side. So a polished side is obviously a strong defensive team who can execute with the ball and I guess look good doing it. We're working towards that, definitely.
You also spoke about the culture at the club being a factor in how quickly a side becomes polished. What is it like behind the scenes at Rovers in terms of culture?
Yeah, it's really good. We all get on, we all have a laugh, but when it's time to work, we're all ready to work. So yeah, and we're quite hard on each other and trying to all move in the same direction. So yeah, that's sort of how I would explain our culture.
You told us last week that you think the refs have got it fairly spot on in terms of disciplinary. Obviously, it's been such a big talking point around the first 2 rounds of the season from fans, media, players, coaches, whatever. What's it been like from the players' perspective, though? Have you been thinking about it when it comes to adapting your game, or is it very much a second thought in the squad?
Personally, I'm not too much of a grub, so I don't think I have to adjust my technique. But yeah, we've practiced it in training and things like that. It is what it is. The game's evolving, so I guess as players, we've got to adjust to that within what we can and within what we see is reasonable. But yeah, I haven't been thinking about it too much. We're just obviously trying to abide by the rules and be as disciplined as possible, I guess.
Looking ahead to this weekend, then you've got Salford coming up, who are 1 from 2 and have played a couple of tight games. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, they're a very good team. They throw the ball around well. They're quite flary and flamboyant, I guess you would say. But so we're going to expect their best footy going there. They've come off the back of a win. They were unlucky, I would say, round 1. So yeah, they're going to come with an attitude that they want to rip into us. So yeah, we're going to be giving everything, I think.
They've had a few impressive displays in the pack as well. How much are you looking forward to that battle up front? Yeah,
I'm enjoying it. I've got a few friends that a few good mates that play in that pack, so I always enjoy running it at them and trying to terrorise them. But yeah, they've got a good pack. They're full of skill and offloads and things like that. So it'll be a challenge for sure.
Cool. I think that's everything from me, Matt. I'll pass you on to the others.
Thank you.
Cool. Cheers.
I'll go if no one else is going. Just on early games, mate, you've played in the UK a bit now. As you know, the conditions sort of lend themselves to big, ugly battles through the middle. But can you guys pride yourselves on trying to win these contests? Because it's not certainly like last week, it's a game that you guys are going to win, not a Tyrone or a Mike, is it?
Yeah, I think as a middle pack, we pride ourselves on trying to win the game through the middle. I think we play a big part in the go forward and things like that, and let the halves and the outside backs do their thing, which is score tries. But we know what the conditions are going to be like this first sort of couple months. We've spoken about that, so we're just trying to do our best as a middle forward pack, no matter the conditions.
Has Willie tried to change your game at all? What I mean by that, we know that you get through lots of work and, you know, plenty of carries, plenty of tackles, but is there anything like from a tactical standpoint or a technical standpoint that he's wanting you to do a little differently to when you've been at, you know, Wakefield, Lee and even in the NRL?
Not really. I think he just wants me to play my game and sort of evolve where we can see I can evolve. But I think he's just demanding higher quality efforts of the work that I get through. So that's the big thing, is just everything I do is at a high quality pace, at high intensity, and that's pretty much the only sort of thing that we're trying to work on.
I know you've been getting plenty of recognition over, you know, the last couple of years. What have you got, like a personal goal? Is it to try and, you know, really affirm yourself as one of the top props in the competition, or are you more like a collective thing? You know, do you look at individual goals as something or not?
Yeah, I think you need to, if you want to be the best player you can be, and that's sort of, I guess, my goal is just to continue to get better. And obviously I want to be one of the best props in the league. I think if you wanted to sort of just be mediocre, then you don't have much hope. But I'm gonna strive to be one of the best props in the comp, and if that ends up just me being the best Jai Whitbread I can be at the end of my career, and then so be it. But that's me for individual, and then obviously collective, you've got the silverware and things like that you want to win.
Who would you say the benchmark in your position in this competition?
Well, I guess you'd have to look at who won the props of the year last year. So you've got Paul Vaughan, who's up there. You've got some experienced middles in terms of like Chris Sato, things like that. All those boys. Tom Amone went well last year. Yeah, I think that's sort of where you're striving to be. Walmsley, things like that.
Do you think you're getting there? Do you think that you're at that level? Do you feel like you're at that point?
Well, I guess you might have to tell me that, but I'm doing my best to get there, mate. I'll say that.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jai. I just wondered how nice it is to be aspiring to the top end of a table for a change after your sort of history of, battling at the other end.
Yeah, it's very good. It's a lot nicer when you come off the pitch and you've put in the hard work and you come away with a win. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not taking it for granted, that's for sure.
Is it a kind of different dynamic to get used to? Because you've had quite a long time, with Gold Coast and Wakefield, where it's all been about kind of survival and sort of rallying in that respect. Is it kind of an unusual environment right now to be riding high?
Yeah, in a way. I think I'm quite competitive, so I'm trying to win at a lot of things. So I think it's just a lot more rewarding. Your hard work is just feels that little bit more satisfying. It is a bit of a different dynamic, but I can definitely get used to it.
When you reflect back on your time at Gold Coast in particular and all the stuff you had to go through then, I was reading about the fallout from that massive Sydney Roosters defeat and everything. How much did that kind of shape you? How tough was it? And how much, looking back on it now, can you reflect on how that's maybe toughened you up and shaped you as a player now?
I haven't really thought about it. I do to an extent. I definitely think it shaped me as a player. I definitely think I could have been like, stuff this, like sick of losing and sort of turned in negatively. But I think the fact that I just kept persistent and just didn't change my game or just tried to be the best that I could, it does make it, I guess, taking positives from a negative situation that I'm here now. Yeah.
And you alluded to your time at Wakefield last year. Was that kind of a similar? Was that similar to Gold Coast? And did you kind of were you expecting to go back to Australia at the end of last season? Was this kind of out of the blue?
I wouldn't say it was similar to Gold Coast, but it was definitely tough. It was. Yeah, it's not enjoyable losing. No one plays to lose, so and you work hard too. So I didn't know what was going to go on. Obviously, the relegation stuff ended up getting sorted quite late. So I might have had a few things in the works, but no, this come up sort of pretty late.
Great, thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're right.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Sure. Yeah. One thing I was going to ask was, it was kind of similar, but in terms of the fact that you've come from Wakefield, where obviously it was a bit more of a grind, do you feel that you've got more freedom in how you play now? And are we now seeing what Jay Whitbread is as a prop, really, like to the full extent, rather than maybe before you were kind of having to do more like almost like dog's work, I suppose, really? Now you kind of get to show what you're about and you can show a bit more freedom.
To an extent. I think the way that we play as a team, it definitely helps in terms of like sharing the workload in the middle and things like that. It gives me more energy to play my game, to I guess play to my strengths. So yeah, and it's Jai, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right.
So obviously, just with the fact that you came in quite late, in the sort of, it was announced quite late. Is there just more pressure coming in as one of those like vital overseas players on the quota, or is that obviously because that's always been the case for you? Does it not really seem to be pressure for you? Is that just how it is?
No, there's definitely pressure. I think in such a competitive environment, and I guess the competitive squad that we've got here, there's definitely pressure to perform week in, week out, because otherwise I'll lose my spot and someone's there ready to take it. So yeah, there's always pressure to perform. You've just got to accept it and just got to get on with your work.